Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ball Not Court Podcast host Cortez Paul.
Along with my co-host Paul Mack.
I want to thank you folks for tuning in today and listening to the show. Basically, we cover basketball, football, NCAA, or anything that's related to current events with a humorous twist to it, at least. You can follow the podcast at BIOC Podcast at X or Twitter. We're also on Instagram at the same name, BIOC Podcast. You go to our YouTube channel, that's also BIOC Podcast. Our Facebook page is Balls Not Court Podcast. So if you could please just give us a like, shout, comment on any of those, and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we thank you for listening and enjoy the show. Balls Not Court Podcast. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna be good today.
Thank you. No,
I was good last time though. I was good.
Welcome to the Balls Not Court Podcast. Cortez Paul is here, joined by Mr. Paul Mack and Mr. I'm on my third drink, CL, the Hardwood
at
Nation.
6:38 p.m.
Main man
on a Monday.
I started drinking at 5:30 a.m. Okay, as soon as I wake up. All right, there we go. That is a true story.
How's everybody doing? This is the earliest we probably record a podcast in a while.
We're good, bro. How are you doing? Because I feel like this morning you woke up and Cortez was like, "There's a parade inside my city, yeah."
Man, can I tell you that just going all in and to believe this is your guy, it just for the management, it feels great. So I mean, dude, I'm on cloud 9 right now, man. Like I said, I just and I didn't expect it. Like Bane was not on my list, so just seeing that name pop up, I'm like,
busy. Y'all was too busy on Jordan Poole and Anthony Simons and shit. You know,
that's who I thought we was going to get. I didn't think Bane was available, and especially I thought we had to give up one of our core guys to get him. So I was like,
don't disrespect my cousin, bro. We ain't doing that. Don't disrespect my cousin.
I love
Cole Anthony was a core guy. We ain't doing that.
I love that guy.
Blue guy.
I love that guy. I love that guy. And listen, that you see the videos, man. He delete all his Instagram stuff, man.
I was working, dealing with Section 8 motherfuckers. No, I be busy. Them motherfuckers keep me busy. Okay.
Oh man. So as you hear the guys already talking about it, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
We'll lead with it because I'm saying this is just another thing that's gonna overlook the NBA Finals, bro. We're going to lead our show with an Orlando Magic trade. Before we talk about the NBA Finals.
No, it was a blockbuster Orlando Magic trade. I'm like, they don't stop with this bullshit ass headline blockbuster. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey man, anything to grab anybody's attention right now. But yes, the Orlando Magic has made a trade for Desmond Bane for the Memphis Grizzlies. So the Memphis Grizzlies go ahead and receive Cole Anthony, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 4 first-round picks, the 16th pick in 2025 this year draft, the swap pick from either Phoenix or Washington next year, 2028 and 2030, which is
that's championship year. That's championship year. Google it.
Yeah. Oh
that's
yeah.
Alex told me.
Alex Martins. He said 2030 Orlando's gonna get a championship or bust. So
he been quiet the last 2 years.
Y'all having a New York Knicks summer, bro. Fucking fuck them draft picks, man.
Yeah, man. So then a 2029 first round pick swap, top 2 unprotected. So a lot of picks. So before I get into it, I'm gonna let my panel get into it, and let's start with Paul. What's your thoughts about the trade?
I think the funniest part about this trade is like the internet, right? So there's this side of the internet that they just hate the Magic for some reason. Like, I don't understand it. Like, everyone's laughing. Everyone's like, oh, y'all did this, y'all did that. But it's like, it's how many of these people, like, obviously, like, Desmond Bane played in Memphis. we don't see him a whole lot. Like, we're not going to see him play a whole lot. If you're someone like myself, I play daily fantasy, so like I'm watching Desmond Bane pretty often. Shout out Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code BIOC Podcast. Get yourself 100% positive match bonus. Make yourself some money. But no, I mean, this is a guy, like, if you break him down on paper, he's the top 35 guy in the league, stat-wise. 35, 40. I mean, he's not a slouch. Get you 20 a game, almost 6 assists, 6 rebounds. I mean, he shoots 40% from 3, 41% catch and shoot three-pointer, which is, these are all things that the Magic need desperately. And he's a guy where he's going to give you offense and you're not going to sacrifice defense. He's a hell of a defensive player, feisty guy. So, I mean, it's a big pickup for them because it kind of shows like that all-in mentality, like especially in the Eastern Conference. Like, it's, as you see now with Indiana, like it's a wide open conference. Like, we don't know. There's not really a juggernaut out there, especially with Boston going through what Boston's going through. Like, who is the top team in the East? You know what I mean? Like Cleveland, but we don't know what's going to happen with Cleveland. They might move some pieces. That's what I'm saying. Like, they might move some guys. We don't know what's going on with Giannis. Like, there's not, the Knicks are going to be okay, but even then they're looking for a head coach. So like, there's a lot of, if you look at the top teams in the East that made the postseason, like the East is open, man, and it just shows that the Magic are like in win now mode, which is like, it's really good to see. I think it's a good deal for them. I mean, you get rid of that terrible KCP contract. Sucks to see Cole go, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do, and I don't think they're done yet. But I think they're just literally in a win now situation because the East for the next couple years at least is whoever wants it can go get it.
Absolutely. CL, your thoughts on this trade?
Who's the juggernaut in the West? I just want to know who's the juggernaut in the West.
Yeah, Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
Are they? What they won? I'm just saying we don't have a juggernaut in the West. We haven't had that in a while. When was the last time we had back-to-back champs in the West? It's Golden State, right?
There's not. I don't know if there's necessarily a juggernaut. Period.
Oh,
with the parity of the league is right now.
Got it. So about Desmond Bane, as I said earlier, he will not be bringing the championship to the Orlando Magic. But I will say this: KCP was supposed to be the move last year, right? But that failed miserably, okay? So I like the fact that he's gone and you guys got a little younger. I still think, as I said earlier, the Magic is one guy away, and I mean that on the perimeter. You guys need a dog on the perimeter. Your front court is fine. Your front court is great. But y'all need a dog on the perimeter, which I thought would have been Poole or Simons to kind of take y'all to the next level. So.
All right. Appreciate that. Nah, man, listen, man, I'm super sad because, like I said, I didn't think Bane was a part of the equation. Like, I'm listening to, Jordan Poole and Anthony Simons and even parts of, like, Colin Sexton. So I was just like, okay, just little moves here. So, yeah, when I woke up and I saw that Desmond Bane is heading to the Magic, I'm like, wait, what? And I literally was holding on, like, okay, well, let me get more details. I know CL's messing with me. Like, you got the detail. Like, no, I need to know what the picks are.
You got the fucking detail. You had the goddamn details.
I need to know the definition of the picks.
You were the first one to know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, second after Shams. Shams and then Cortez.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah,
he
man.
Do. Shit.
Yeah. So now I broke it down, man. And listen, this Orlando team needs to make this move right here. Kind of dive into Desmond Bane. I can admit, just like Paul said, he's out in the West. So I don't watch him that much. But seeing like what. Yeah, and just watching how he plays, like he also, I know from a standpoint, listen, Orlando was dead last in three-point shooting. They shot 31% on 31 attempts, and they was 27 or 23rd in the league as attempting three. So the ball was not falling in. And so we had to make some kind of move with a perimeter threat that Desmond Bane does offer. Desmond Bane has average career rise 41%.
Joe Ingles. KCP, one of these guys brought in to help y'all make 3-point shots. So now we on the third guy to do it. Joe
Ingles don't count.
No, he does count. That Cortez was really happy with that Joe Ingles move. And
listen, and Joe, for the most part, was criticized by a lot of Magic fans when I gave him compliments about what he
He was a ball mover.
He did okay.
He was the one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So no, like Desmond Bane as a volume 3-point shooter, we need that. KCP, who could make the threes, wasn't a volume shooter. But what's different from Desmond Bane? He actually can drive and create his own shot, where KCP couldn't. And we had issues with injuries that the guys that can create shots for KCP went down. I don't want to sit here and say, listen, the only thing that KCP was bad at was shooting. Everything else was fantastic. His defense, like his mid-range shot, all that other stuff he was good at, but he just could not hit the long ball for some odd reason, and it just didn't show up. I like KCP. It's just he needed to have the shot created for him, which if he goes to a Memphis team, John Morant can drive to the rim. Jaren Jackson's also a driver, so they can find him better shots. Cole is my guy. Maybe this is probably a wake-up call where he just need to reset and wake himself up. Bane on the standpoint, Bane had 724 drives last year compared to Franz 796, who had an injury, oblique injury. AB pretty much had 570, and that was pretty much the guy who played the most games for us, that had the most drives for the Magic. And Paulo had 546. He also was down with oblique injury. So what I'm saying is that we also get a driving kick game from Bane that can helpfully makes look shots better for some of these players. At the end of the day, Orlando's got to hit these shots. They got to hit them. So Bane definitely helped with that. And now, as you mentioned, Paul, he's an excellent defender. His defensive rating was 113 last year, and the Magic as a team is 109. So we're not missing a beat with him. Mm-hmm. That's the most important thing. You add an offensive type player and not affecting your identity. That's the thing that would have scared me with Anthony Simons or Jordan Poole, was we get offensive talent, but how would that affect our defense mentality? And so that's why I say about adding a player like Desmond Bane, he's kind of a two-way player that you need for Orlando in that aspect to keep your identity in check. Now, cap-wise, next year, it's going to be tough for the Magic, but we got to build around these four guys. And so
don't do that, Si. Don't do that, Si.
Nah, I know. I know we're gonna be in the first apron with the cap. So, but this is the thing is Desmond Bane is 26, 27, somewhere around there. Paulo, Franz, and Jalen within that 22 to 24 range. So it's a good 5-6 year window that we can see what we have here. And then what's also available too is when Paulo gets to that next extension, we have a decision to make that we get more picks that we have available. And then we go from there and see what we can do to see if it needs to be a reset. If Bane or Suggs not that guy, it still starts with Paulo and Franz. No matter how Magic fans look at this, it still starts with those two. And probably in the future, probably 3 or 4 years from now, we probably have to make a decision between Bane and Suggs. It's going to happen. But for right now, where the East is set up, and we see an Indiana team that make it to the NBA Finals, yes, I know that energies happen, all that stuff happened. But at the end of the day, Indiana took care of business. They got there. But also, Jason Tatum's out next year. Damian Lillard's out next year. Who to say Bane can have an all-star campaign in the East? He averaged 19 last year in the West. In the East, maybe a little bit more. Who knows? But it's a move that you have to make if you're the Orlando Magic to get some kind of offensive talent in here. And like I said, like Paul said, I don't think they're done either.
Well, I think too, the thing you have to look at too, like he fills a lot of the voids the Magic have offensively. He's a damn near 90% free throw shooter. So that's another thing too. You get in these close games, you need a guy to knock down free throws. I mean, he shoots this season, he shot 48% from the field, 40% from three, and 90 from the free throw line. That's not terrible with 6 rebounds, 5.5 assists, over almost 1.5 steals. And this is a guy that should slide right in. And he's not to say like he can spell your Suggs or something like that, but I mean he can handle the ball. Like he can be a ball handler and a facilitator. So I mean it's an interesting move because of that reason. Like there was voids the Magic had offensively, and they tried to go about it last offseason coming into this year to fill those voids. Didn't work out. So to have a chance to make a move like this, the biggest problem you're going to have is is your payroll. Like this gets ugly in year 2, year 3 of this whole situation, and that's where we're gonna have to see how it all kind of pans out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. With the payroll too, and Joe Wutman came out in the presser today and said, "Listen," and Duvall's family has done this before. If they're winning, they will pay. Mm-hmm. So it's really on the players and the coaching staff and everybody else to, well, we got the type of player that we do need to make a few more moves around the bench and stuff like that. So let's see how this push Orlando to contention. See how
Paolo's due to get paid, right?
Yeah, he's suspension coming. It's coming this offseason, so we're gonna have a discussion with him. It's gonna be hitting her soon. But CL.
Yeah.
And then you want to add anything else to this?
No, I was scrolling on the book and I saw this bullshit rumor that y'all looking at Paul George too. That just tickled me. I'm sorry.
No, that ain't happening.
No, I saw it on the book, bro. It's on the book. It gotta be real. It's on the book.
God. Yeah.
Podcast P.
Podcast P. All right.
It's on the book.
Let me add this right here. So listen,
we're gonna talk about the finals tonight, right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the finals. Well, let me get one more segment here, buddy. It's all good. Listen, the Magic fans
Cortez is in his bag right now, bro.
Exactly, man.
I'm like, shit. We're gonna talk about the finals.
Exactly. We're gonna talk about the finals, but before we go, I just want to share one more thing here.
Oh,
listen,
shit.
In 1994, Horace Grant, Jordan, Shaq, and Penny. 1 year later, NBA Finals. 2007, this guy right here, Jordan's Orlando. 2 years later, NBA Finals appearance. What would Desmond bring to the Magic? Third time's a charm.
You're getting a much younger guy. That's for sure.
Yeah. So super excited about that. Like I said, I just know whenever we make moves like this, it just bode well for that. I know. So I'm just super excited for this, and we'll move forward. We'll learn more as we got. Desmond Bane has visited the gym. He's already in Orlando, so shout out to him. But I also listen. I'm gonna take some time. Thank you, Cole Anthony. I know it was my favorite Magic player during the 5 years during this tenure. And for someone when we was going through this rebuild, and for a lot of people that want to talk about Orlando and rep Orlando, he was the first one that really embraced it. He hit game winners, and literally, I remember him putting the Orlando hand on his chest, showing Orlando. So not a lot of people don't want to embrace Orlando, especially in the rebuild year that we had. And he was really the first true one to really embrace it and be the ambassador when some of these guys like Paulo and Franz and all these other Jalen Suggs, all these other guys that got here. He was there to kind of give him an ease transition into the city. So I'm very thankful, Cole. And that tribute video next season is going to hit a little different because he meant so much to the city. He does a lot of things with his drives, food drives, and everything like that. So your cousin will be truly missed here, CL. Like I got
Thank you. I'll be there for your tribute.
Yeah, I got number love of Cole Anthony, man. So I'm really rooting for him to do well in Memphis and wherever else his career takes him. So best of luck, Cole Anthony.
Love you, Greg.
All right, so game 3. Let's talk game 3. Pacers win 116-107. They get back home to the crib in the first time in about 25 years that these fans have seen the NBA Finals appearance. They get all crazy. The crowd's going wild, and they end up doing this, man. So, CL, know you big on the Pacers, man. How'd they get this win in game 3, man?
Game 3? The fuck? Talking about game 5 tonight. Fuck.
I know we're talking about game 5.
We didn't talk about game 3. We got to
recap. Quick recap, man.
Thunder got tired. Thunder was tired game 3. Thunder was tired game 4, but they pulled it out in game 4. The game plan was to get Shea tired. They didn't get a lot of fouls called as far as OKC. So, yeah, Shea admitted after the game he was tired. Indiana was just all over the place offensively and defensively as far as, swarming, and the fast break came back.
Okay.
In game 3. Game 4, all I'm going to say is Scott Foster.
Paul, your thoughts about game 3 and 4?
Game 3 was literally the Pacers postseason in a nutshell. Like 27 points out of Benedict Mathurin. Like that wins you the game. You know what I'm saying? Like he outscored the entire Thunder bench by himself. It was the best offensive game from Chet. Lou Dort chimed in a little bit, but when you get, damn near 70 points out of 3 guys between Halliburton, Siakam, and Mathurin. So they got you almost 80. So it's like that's the difference. It's always that one random guy for Indiana that like someone steps up. Like Obi Toppin had a huge game, the other day. Like it's just crazy how it's someone you least expect. Like we're all worried about Halliburton and all this, and it's just the way they play and the way that they keep guys fresh. Like anyone can kind of pop off at any time with how they pass the ball and they set each other up for shots. But it's just like we said at the beginning, man. It's a battle of the benches. Whoever's bench can outplay the other bench tends to be the ones that win these games. And we saw that in Game 4. I mean, Alex Caruso had a hell of a game in Game 4. And those are usually the deciding factors. I mean, yeah, obviously Scott Foster gets the game ball for Game 4, but his fingerprints were all over that fourth quarter. I mean, it was a completely different game in the fourth quarter than it was in the first 3 quarters.
It was ugly.
But, Shea didn't even have a free throw attempt, I don't think, till the fourth quarter. Then I think he was on the line like half the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's tough, man. Like it's tough. Pacers were winning most of that game and they were up and you hate to see it, but they got to keep this thing stretching out as long as they can, I guess. Game 5's tonight back in OKC. We'll probably cover that in a little bit, but yeah, I think it's just a battle of the benches, man. Like whoever's bench outplays the other bench is who's going to win this series.
Yeah, I agree with you about the benches because I was trying to monitor the benches up to Game 3. I didn't do it because I was in Miami for Game 4, so I kind of lost track of Game 4. But yeah, look at Game 1, Indy 37, OKC 28. Game 2, Indy 34 and OKC 48. In Game 3, OKC 18 and Indy 49. And then in Game 4, I know you mentioned Alex Caruso really pop off. So it seemed like that's been the common denominators. These benches are really playing very well and drive their team to victory. Like TJ McConnell just had one of them games that just really just push you and ignites the crowd and diving for loose balls and making an impasse and scoring like that. And then Benedict Matthew went crazy. And then in Game 4, he was no show. So it's just the bench has just been so erratic, and it's so fun to just kind of watch like the variance of how this bench play is really what's saving these two teams. So it's really gonna be interesting to see how this is gonna pan out in Game 5. Because like I said, it just seemed like that is what I'm kind of been looking to. Was like, okay, who's winning the game? Who's winning the game? Then you look at the bench, like, okay, well there's a player that came off the bench and really popped off there. So, all right, CL, thoughts for Game 5. Before we get into the breakdown, I want to let y'all know they're doing this since 2013. They're going to show the intros.
What?
They're going to do the introductions like they did for like the teams.
They need to fucking stop. No.
Yeah, Shams tweeted out about an hour ago that they're going to show the introductions and do the national anthem.
There'll be a nice YouTube TV logo at the bottom, so they're still getting paid.
Yeah, this is bullshit. And they're like the animal that that's already been shot, that's dying, and you just need to do the kill shot. NBC's gonna take this thing over next year. I don't give a fuck what they do right now. It doesn't matter. And that's why they're half-assed in the NBA finals to begin with. Let me just say
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
The one more thing I want to say about Game 4, the bench scoring wasn't the difference wasn't that great in Game 4. It was pretty close as far as the bench scoring. Okay. The shot that Shea made in the fourth quarter to give OKC their first lead in the second half, it was gross. It was really gross. So you lead with an offensive foul, and then you literally take 5 steps right in front of Scott Foster. Okay. So me and Bryce had this conversation. He was like, well, Scott Foster called the game pretty evenly. The free throws were closed, yada, yada. I was like, yeah, but we're talking about the calls he didn't make. That shot should have never even counted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Did you see the slow-mo of that?
Yeah. No, it was bad. Yeah, he kind of took an extra step back and then hitched back.
Bro, he took 2
forearms. He forearmed my man.
Yeah. Then he kind of looked
at 2 steps and slid. I'm like, what the fuck? That's bullshit. Indiana should have won that game, but Indiana got tight in that fourth quarter too. So
they were bad at the foul line too. Indiana missed a lot of free throws.
Yeah, they got tight that game, but it's hard to put away a good team. I will say that. Game 5 tonight, I'm going with Indy. Just saying, I'm always going to go with Indy. I think Indy's going to shock the world tonight because I think they have a sour taste in their mouth with what happened the last game. So, but don't be surprised if Scott Foster's in Game 6. That's all I'm going to say.
What's his nickname they call What's his
The
nickname?
extender. That's the extender, bro. Best friends with Tim Donaghy. I'm old enough to remember. I'm just saying. They're best friends, bro.
The extender. That was trending.
The extender, bro. Dude, they were lighting him up, bro. They were lighting him up.
Rightfully so. It was definitely obvious.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's gross. Yeah.
Paul, tell me who needs to step up for OKC for them to get a win.
I mean, Chet Holmgren needs to do something. I mean, I feel like he had an okay game, but like him and Miles Turner, like one of those guys got to have a big game. Like they're the number 3 guy. Like obviously Shea's gonna get his, Jalen Williams is gonna get his. You know, Halliburton's gonna run the offense and he's gonna do what he has to do. And then Siakam's just been Siakam all postseason, but you know, it's that third guy. Who's gonna be that third guy aside from the bench, right? Like your third option can't be Alex Caruso. Your third option can't be Obi Toppin or Benedict Mathurin. Because it's you want to say like Andrew Nembhard, but like he's so busy chasing Shea around. Like,
yeah,
like that's a tough ask for him to give you anything. Just keep Shea from going off, and that's all you got to worry about. So like someone's got to score some points, and Miles Turner has to be that guy for Indiana. And like I think Chet Holmgren, man, those two guys. Like it's just the two bigs. One of them is going to drop, 20 and 10, and like that's going to be a deciding factor in this game. And then obviously, free throw shooting, the simplest things, dude. If Indiana made half their free throws, they win that game. They missed a lot of free throws, late. You could just tell, man, their booty was clinched.
Yeah, lemon booties.
Last 2 minutes.
They're the lemon booties. That's what it was.
Yeah,
lemon booty.
They were puckered up real hard, and it's just, and it's a different game too when like that shift happens where you realize like we can't touch Shea anymore. We can't guard him anymore. Like they're gonna call every little thing, and that changes the whole physicality of the game. Like you let the game go pretty well those first 3 quarters, and then it just got that fourth quarter was hard to watch. That was a tough fourth quarter.
Yeah. Now the thing I'm looking at too is Indy's been really good from the 3-point line, and they shot 30%. They got to take advantage because OKC only made 3 threes in Game 4, and so that's a key of pretty much that I'm watching for Indiana. They really got to blow them away and making some 3-point shots, which we know they can. Like we seen, Obi Toppin got on the heater in Game 1, and Benedict Mathurin can get on the heater. Tyrese Halliburton know how to make threes. Pascal can spread out the floor. They got guys that can shoot the long ball, and they got to really kind of offset what OKC is doing as far as their drive game. Because if OKC made 3 threes again and expect to beat the Pacers,
they're gonna lose.
I just don't think they'll get that lucky. So that's why I say 3 for 16 for the OKC Thunder, and they still won a game.
I mean, they had the extender, bro. I'm just saying.
I mean, but kudos to the discipline though of like only shooting 16, because they could have been in a thing where they just kept trying and they went 3 for 30. You know what I'm saying? Like they realized like this ain't working. We gotta get in the paint. We gotta run a different kind of offense. So that's kind of the difference, because especially with how they were down, like they could have literally fallen to the 3-point trap, but they didn't. They hung in there, and let Scotty do the rest.
That's a must win for them. Yeah, what's up?
I'm about to say, let me ask you this: why did the OKC go back to Hartenstein starting the lineup?
You just baited me in, ain't you? You just baited me in. All right. One that had absolutely no impact on the win, so that was fool's gold. Bro, I'm just like, bro, it's just the guy thinks he's so fucking smart. I'm talking about the head coach. Bro, he thinks he's so smart. Yeah, how the fuck you say his name, right? He thinks he's smart. He thinks he's the smartest guy in the fucking move. He should have never made the lineup change in Game 1. Don't go to it now in Game 4, and then because you won the game, now it looks like, oh, that lineup change helped them out. It didn't do shit. Indiana led 3/4 of that game. You get what I'm saying? It didn't do shit. So let's see what they do with the big lineup tonight. I think, I'm telling you, man, Game 3, the end of Game 3, the end of game 4, OKC was gassed. Everyone on that team was gassed in the fourth quarter. This 3-day break was huge for them. So we'll see how they come out tonight. But I actually think Indiana's going to jump on them tonight. I do believe that. Because they're a fresher team. They never look tired, bro. And they just keep coming at you. So if we go back to our last episode that we were on when we talked about depth and we talked about 3-point shooting and we talked about coaching, some of the things that I said is why I gave Indiana a chance when no one else didn't. We're seeing this in the finals. No one thought we would be here 2-2. No one thought we would be here. Now, just as the Thunder dropped game 1, which they shouldn't have dropped, Indiana dropped game 4, which they shouldn't have dropped. But we know both franchises can win on each other's court. We know that. Yep. I said Pacers in 6 from the start. I'm gonna need the motherfuckers to win this game tonight. I know. Look, I'm telling you, I have friends who have changed their picks from OKC to Indiana after the first few games. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm not changing my pick, of course. I'm gonna stay with what I had. Indiana in 6. But the amount of people from the last time we recorded up until now that's trying to jump on that Indiana bandwagon, fuck y'all. That's just where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Fuck y'all.
Hey, he wanted to come on the show and just say that too. He wanted to make that.
I did. Known. I really did. I want my flowers. I want my flowers. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, hey, listen, CJ's been getting killed in the comments about his Pacers comment. I got seeing you that TikTok there. They've been killing CJ. So, hey, listen, I hope you trend well so that way they can start attacking you. But I'm like, yeah, you'll be ready. I know you'll be.
I know basketball. I can sleep through a whole game, wake up, read the box score, and tell everybody exactly what happened. These little motherfuckers can't do that right now. They can't do that right now. If you look at the numbers, and I think Paul brought this up. If you look at the numbers from game 1 to game 4, the biggest difference as far as the stats is free throw percentage, which is advantage OKC. Everything else is close as fuck. The only difference is the 3-point percentage. I think OKC is like around 86. Indiana's around 74 to 76. That's it.
That's your 4-point
right.
differential right there.
That's it. That's literally it. Cortez, I'll send you the screenshot when we're done. That's literally the only difference in the series is free throw percentage. That's it.
Yeah. Good call out, man.
No, probably free throw volume too. I'm sure OKC's shooting more of them.
So that's actually close. That's actually close.
Well, what was it? Tyrese got his first free throw of the series last game. It's like, yo, what's going on here, man?
Let me say one more thing before we move on. I'm sorry. The most gross refereeing I ever saw was Miami Heat Boston a few years ago that went to Game 7 and Jimmy missed the last shot. I was ready to quit basketball. The refereeing was so gross and advantage to the Boston Celtics. I'm ready to quit the game, bro. This is close. This is good. That last game in the fourth quarter, I was like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.
but I love that people are calling it out, too. It's like, yeah, I mean, one of the hardest things to do is to probably rep a professional game. Like, there's a lot of decisions, a lot of stuff in the way that you got to go through. It's a tough gig. But that's what you sign up for, man.
They laugh.
Oh yeah, no, they think it's funny, of course. And then they do the 2-minute report, which is like just total bullshit. Just kind of rubbing your face. Oh, we made this wrong, but we're not gonna get held accountable. If I make a mistake at work, I'm getting written up. Where's the coaching setting for them? Where's the let's be proactive? Where's this? Let's have a dialogue. I'm sure they do this, but is there accountability that's followed this? I don't see no accountability that's being followed with them.
No. It's bullshit.
Paul, what's your thoughts on tonight's game? Who you got? And
I mean, similar to what like CL was saying. I mean, OKC is averaging 112.8, and the Pacers are at 110. Rebounding is 42-40. Pacers obviously have the advantage in the assist column. They've got 24 assists to 16.3 per game. But the turnovers, OKC forces more turnovers. But they have 3 less turnovers, and then obviously the free throw percentage is, like he said, 85 to 76. That's your big difference, which is crazy because as bad as OKC shot the 3-pointer in Game 4, they're dead even in 3-point. They're both shooting 36.5% from 3. So it's still a wash there. So it literally boils down to free throw shooting and turnovers, which are the things that we kind of literally pinpoint as our those are the two big ones: is turning the ball over, points off turnovers, and making free throws. So it's just one of those games, man. I expect Shea to come out and look to do what Shea does. I mean, either this game's gonna start off ugly where he's gonna get on the foul line, 3 or 4 times in the first quarter, or we have a game like last game where they wait till the very end of the game to put him on the foul line every 2 minutes. I feel like to basically give OKC free timeouts.
Right.
That was the only rest they were getting was literally when he was at the free throw line. You're getting a 90-second break every time the guy shoots free throws. Feels like, so it's going to come down to that, man. Just the intangibles of like fundamental basketball. Like the team that turns it over less, the team that makes their free throws, that's probably who's going to win. And
but do we accept the bullshit calls though? Do we accept that?
No, we never do. And like obviously the free throw merchant stuff's never going to go away. Like that's going to be a thing that Shea is going to have to carry with him now probably for the rest of his career until there's some kind of rule change about the space you give a guy or whatever and initiating contact. But kudos to him for taking advantage of it. I mean, James Harden did it for years. There's the rules are always going to favor the offensive player and the more aggressive player, and then it's a shame because like you can't play defense the way you want to play defense because Nimhard and especially Matherin's very physical defender. So is the other fella too. I forget his name. Nimhard, Matherin, and Neesmith. I think Neesmith fouled out in Game 4. Like it gets bad when you can't pick him up at the 3-point line because you're going to get called for a foul. So I mean,
just leave him open. Leave him open.
Just let him shoot, I guess. But
let him shoot. Back off of him.
Let me ask you this question. So Siakam checked in with 4:19 left to go, and he did nothing since that. How is it important to get him involved? Because he had no points, no shots, no rebounds, no fouls. And we know how important Siakam's been in this whole playoff run. Like, stress the importance of him, and he cannot do this again. If they trying to, a lot of that kind of what OKC did is what Siakam didn't do. What does Siakam do to get himself involved?
When the ass cheeks get tight, when you're playing 5-on-6, that's when you need a veteran guy of Siakam's caliber to step up. And he didn't step up in the fourth quarter of that last game. He should have been the one to calm those guys down. Had Indiana made a couple of shots and like my man said, a couple of more free throws, they would have won that game. I think you're going to see that tonight because just as big of a must-win as last game was for OKC, this is just as a must-win for Indiana tonight. Okay? They have to win. You don't want to go to OKC in Game 7. You absolutely don't. People are so stupid. They've picked Indiana in 7 games. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Just like, no. I'm like, what in the world makes you think that the NBA would actually allow that to happen? This has to wrap up in Game 6. Indiana has to win that game tonight. If they lose the game tonight, who the fuck is this calling, man? Okay. If they lose the game tonight, they're going to lose the series. One thing I want to say, these teams since March, goddamn, I got phone calls everywhere. These games since March between OKC and Indiana, these teams haven't lost 2 games in a row since March. In this finals, we haven't seen a team lose 2 games in a row. I know we're towards the end, second half of the series. Whoever loses twice in a row is going to lose this series. Let it not be Indiana tonight, okay? just throwing it out there. Let it not be Indiana tonight. Okay?
Absolutely. All right, Paul, you still staying with your pick OKC to win?
Yeah, I'm going to ride with OKC. Indiana beat the Knicks, man. Fuck the Pacers. Fuck Indiana. Fuck Larry Bird.
Let it out, baby. Let it out. Let it out. All this
Taliban, and Al Qaeda now. Yeah, Caitlin Clark doing things over there. You know what I mean? There will not be an Oklahoma City bombing tonight, bro. Oklahoma City will hold court.
Bro, I see that shit on Twitter, all those memes. I'm just like, this is the most distasteful shit I have ever seen. I don't know how we got here, bro. I don't know how we got here.
And it's crazy because listen, they running with it and they don't care. That's a good thing about Twitter.
No, like, how did we get here? Like, fuck.
Y'all know a white dude made those memes up too. That's a white person.
Oh, absolutely. Go over to the Halliburton. That's why the ESPN had to create a whole new nickname for Halliburton, calling the moment, because they all run with the Halliburton and doing the whole let's quit zone. Listen, man, but as I told y'all guys before, I hope Indiana ruins my pick. Because I pick OKC in 6, and I'm gonna go down with the ship if they lose. But I also be happy because listen, I know a few Pacers fans that not the one that Paul's know, but a few that I know that I'm very cool with. So CJ No 1 2 and Elliot Rice.
Put some respect on their goddamn name. I told y'all motherfuckers the last time. Put some respect on their goddamn name. But who the team that need help from the refs right now? That's all I'm gonna say. Who getting help from the refs? It's a damn shame. Get out of here. Fuck out of here.
Hey. But listen, I do think OKC found a way to their plus difference at home is just ridiculous. So I'm gonna rock with OKC at home. They did. I know listen, the way game 4 was discussing, the way it ended, I agree. Up to the Tim Donaghy levels of how that game was refereed. So I agree. It was BS, but
that's gross.
I just think that they're gonna OKC.
But hey, we get starting lineups tonight though, man. Let's be excited.
Yes. Because ESPN want to do something.
Fuck them, man. Fuck them.
The game will start 20 minutes later than it's supposed to.
Exactly. But listen, I'm cool with that because we already know it's going to a greater product next season. NBC is going to bring it back to what it was, our glory days. So
I want
the presentation. The presentation is going to be.
And then MJ's going to come and take. Hey, that's you get him and Charles Barkley, man. They're gonna run their
No. They still beefing. I want to say this about NBC. I told Bryce this the other day. They're gonna give us at some point next season Michael interviewing LeBron. I just don't know if it's gonna be at the beginning of the season to get eyes on it, or if they're gonna save it for All-Star. But that's gonna be the biggest ratings thing they can ever do is have MJ interviewing LeBron. What you think about that?
That's gonna be actually.
I'm telling you, they have to do it, bro. If they don't do it, everyone on that production team need to be fired. If they don't do it,
MJ like this the whole time.
The second thing I want, I need a 2-3-2 format back. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays. I need that back. I don't even know when the fuck these teams play now. You get what I'm saying? No one knows. They're talking about ratings and shit. No one knows when these teams are fucking playing. Back in the day, when we was growing up, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, that was the NBA final schedule. That's what it was. We knew. We could buy tickets ahead of time. We could plan ahead of time because we knew Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Okay? So I hope NBC brings that back as well. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this fucking shit. Fake logos, YouTube, fuck it all.
I'm with you there because I thought the game was yesterday. I'm getting ready to watch it yesterday. I put my parlay in. The game's been ready. And I'm like,
how good would Father's Day basketball have been, bro?
So many NBA championships have been won on fucking Father's Day. Okay? So fucking many, right? Look, me and my girl sitting there last night just twiddling our fucking thumbs so we couldn't watch basketball.
Yeah.
Nothing was on. I'm watching Netflix about a fucking submarine that blew up. Who gives a fuck about that shit?
Oh man. All right. I think we are good here. We're at 45 minutes. I think we can get everything we can get out. But like I said, I don't think anything else. Anything we need to add, I think we're good, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and close this.
I think we're all right. Let's see what happens after this one.
Ended tonight, and I can't wait while I'm driving to St. Pete in the morning to listen to all these motherfuckers talk about how bad OKC played and not giving Indiana credit still.
It doesn't matter, bro. Foster's coming for Game 6, but don't worry about it.
The Extender. Scott Foster.
He's that meme of Buddy back in like he's coming.
Coming to a basketball court near you.
Bro, if he rests Game 6, I'm quitting basketball, bro. I'm quitting basketball, bro.
See, I'm done.
I'm done. I can't. It's WWE at that point. I can't.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, well, make sure y'all stay tuned for me and Paul during the week. Hopefully we'll have a resolution to the NBA Finals and hop into an already beefy NBA offseason. Kevin Durant rumors are still flying around, so we'll see where he'll go. We'll find that out hopefully soon enough. But yeah, we'll discuss that when that does happen. So
fuck KD.
Might be on future Miami Heat. You never know.
That's why I said fuck KD. Goddamn it. You know what Bryce told me? Look, Bryce said I better hope KD come to Miami so we can have a shot to have a better record than the Magic. Fuck KD. Fuck Bryce. Fuck the Magic. Fuck Desmond Bane. And a big fuck you to Alex Martins. If I see you on the street, you already know what's gonna happen.
Hey man, say how you feel, bro. It's all good. Don't let me play the song on your ass right now.
Magic said
with the bass line.
Magic said we got Batman and Robin, and now we got Bane.
We got Bane. Hey, Franz is a problem. That's why he was doing this when he had a 3-point selection. I'm like, oh, I didn't know Bane was coming. Okay, cool.
That's what we're doing. The same Bane in a movie that was a bitch to a woman.
Y'all were raised in the dark, bro. He was born in it.
Oh yeah, to the end.
We are in Florida, CL. So
he bitched back to the white woman. Oops. Whoops.
Let's close this. All right, Paul. Paul, give me your @name on that.
Yes, sir. I'm on X at @D_Paul_Mac, and I'm on Instagram at DPaulMac520.
CL.
You can find me at Hardwood_Nation because everyone loves hardwood. Goddamn it.
Yeah, you can find me at N-CP because when we do podcasts and all this stuff, you're N-CP. Okay, that was cheesy. Follow the podcast page at BOC Podcast. We're on X. We're also on Instagram at BOC Podcast, TikTok BOC Podcast, YouTube BOC Podcast. And go to Facebook and type in Balls on Court Podcast. Give us a like, comment, shout there. We're also on radio.fm. So we have our slot at 3:00 p.m. where we play the podcast there. So if you want to tune in through our underground radio when we on there, tune into us there. We are on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, all this other stuff you heard before. So just tap in with us and check us out.
And I do want to add one more thing. We are bookmarking these TikToks that y'all are coming at us in the comments. We are keeping receipts, and we will be coming for y'all. Well, you see, we're coming. We're keeping receipts, brother.
Boston. You already know.
Yeah.
Boston. Y'all already know. I got a TikTok bookmark for y'all. So when y'all break up y'all team, Cortez coming for y'all. So yeah, go ahead. I'm ready for all y'all. Y'all attack me. All right, I'm coming for y'all.
About to turn straight heel. About to turn into like a wrestling podcast, bro. About to just turn into a bunch of heels over
and
here.
then guess what? I get Big Brother CL to come in the comments and bust y'all heads too. So let's go.
They don't want that. Look, I had a Secret Service at my goddamn house. You kidding me? Look, I do. I'm sorry. I know we gotta go watch basketball, but I want to say one more thing because I know you did your little bullshit ass slideshow shit about the Magic and players and going to the finals and shit. You see what I put under there above the Hardwood Nation as my title? You see that?
I did.
Okay, you know what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say it. Go ahead and say it. Okay, I'll say it. That's the Orlando Magic record in the NBA Finals. Okay, I just want to throw that to you. Okay. A great way to end the podcast.
Well, Hakeem Olajuwon's gone, bro. We gotta worry about him no more.
Hey man.
Exactly.
And
I'm looking forward to the future, CL. I'm looking forward to the future, man. The future's bright in Orlando, baby.
No, for real. No,
outside looks good.
No, the Magic are good. The Magic are in a good spot. Y'all just need one more guy.
Appreciate you, my guy. See, that's what it is. A Heat fan can be nice sometimes, right?
What are you talking about?
That was nice, man.
Fuck y'all. Look, this fucking trade y'all made, giving up draft picks, that's a fucking Heat move. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. That's shit we do. Y'all learn from us. Fuck out of here.
Hey, and for CL, Paul, and Cortez, it's Ball on Court Podcast.
You better call CL tonight. Wish him good night.
Hey, make sure y'all check out the Hardwood Nation. All great content over there. My buddy CL hosts that, leads it, and check him out. But hey, we're gonna close this bad boy out and go watch some hoops. Take care, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace.